Welcome, welcome. I am GPaw, and this is a roster review for a returning player that played, I believe they said a year or two back. They played for a few months and then they quit, and they're back now and they're very, very active. They're actually in my alliance, and I just want to start here showing off my stats after playing roughly 20 days in game. Now, bear in mind, I have spent on a couple packs, only if they're of really, really good value, like high energy calendars. It unlocked a few characters for me and stuff like that. So I just kind of want to talk about this first before diving into the roster review and my stats here, and kind of to compare. My collection power is 322. Strongest team's almost 100,000. I'm top 30, top 50 for the payouts. I can get down to like 20th or 21st, but everybody else in my arena is, 400k power, big spender wells now. Blitz rank, Blitz wins, and those will slowly go up. Blitz is a passive game mode. It's nothing to be competitive at, really. Total stars collected, I have 188 stars with 32 red stars. So, total characters collected, 88. That's a big number, okay? So we're gonna jump over now to his account and check out what he's got going on. So I go into my alliance, and we don't have we have a full alliance right now. We don't have very many members in here. We got to get them joining up. Commander K, and I'm just going to view roster here. And now I'd like to look at some of his stats. His collection power is just over double mine. 152 power, so he's 55,000 stronger on the strongest team. A war MVP, which is just for bragging rights, so that's awesome that he's got one. Absolutely. Total characters collected, 104, so he actually has 16 characters more than me. Latest arena rank is a big number that we're going to talk about here, 1127. Total stars collected, he has a lot more stars than me, over double, easy, and same, triple, quadruple my red stars. And they come passively through the game, so his account has a little bit of oomph to it. He's put some effort into it. And before we dive into the characters here, I actually want to pull up this screenshot. Me and him were communicating in Discord. And he says, "This is what I see when I try to go to arena." Now, as a returning player, you're going to see this a lot, where he's not even in the top 1,000 right now, and his 147,000 power team cannot defeat these, right? And these guys aren't even, this one's in the top 1,000. Could he somehow climb again? Absolutely. If he has Cersei and Icarus and he starts building them, maybe a month from now he could get into that top 1,000. Maybe even someday getting into the top 250, which is where you're going to need to be. Otherwise, you're really going to just cripple your account and stunt your growth. I'll say it here early on. From the looks of it, I think they might be better off starting a fresh account. It's just simply because of the arena. And if he's able to get in that top 250 for sure, that's where you need to be competitive with your account. Make sure it's growing properly. And the main reason is for the arena credits to buy characters out of the arena store. You're going to stunt your growth, because his payout for arena credits is probably like 100 or 200, maybe 300 arena credits each day for the arena, if he's lucky. And it takes 500 for most characters. Some are 975. So this is really going to stunt his growth in farming for events and challenges, which is rough. And I told him I'd make this video because he wanted me to give him some tips on his account. So I'm definitely going to give him tips on the characters he has and which way I would go. And some of them are going to be very general and broad, but I'm also going to recommend certain characters for his arena team and his raid team currently. So you could definitely apply a lot of this to your own accounts as well. But honestly, I would say he'd be better off starting over, because 20 days in, he could be similar in my account, and he could get lucky in an arena shard where he can get in the top 500, top 250 pretty easily, and progress a lot faster farming characters, as well as beginning a substantial amount of power cores. You need the power cores from your arena to be able to do your 150 worth of 50 core refreshes a day. And some days it's 200 power cores. So that power core crunch is quite big. Now, if you're willing to spend money to buy power cores regularly to compensate for the power cores you're losing in arena, you could definitely continue. That would be an option. But this is what's really sets people back and makes it to where you're better off starting a new account. Alright, I'm going to jump over here and look at the roster a little bit. And the broad strokes, which you can find here on Marvel Strike Force, which is what I'm using for his roster review, is actually pretty important. Like, it's helping me to do this, but Marvel Strike Force can show you the flash events, and that's what I'm going to recommend here, is like typing in mercenary. And you can go to filters, I believe, and do the mercenaries as well. Uh-oh, we broke it, so you can't type it in. Alright. Reset filters. Let's go to filter select. Go down to mercenary, and this is for the payday event. So you, if you're a returning player and you weren't this far out of arena and you had a chance to climb back in, I would say definitely start by your flash events. Go and check your mercenaries, your Wakandans, your skill military. Your city heroes will come naturally. Your hand characters, because you're going to need to farm them for the relic hunt. And they are by far the least important, but mercenaries and Wakandans are huge. So as for his mercenaries, at 2-star, you'll get this passively with this as well. That's weird that it says Mirko MG General. That's weird. But this is Mercenary Soldier. And these two will come from your raid store. Definitely be farming Taskmaster daily from Mystic. I think it's Mystic 2.6. Raid Blitz store. Farm this from the node, and from the node. You'll find them on nodes. And I'd highly recommend farming these 3 and Taskmaster every single day, pushing them to 7 stars. And then obviously go over to your Wakandans, see where they're at for this roster review, because these are huge, huge things. It can't be overstated how important these flash events are. Oops, I have 2 filters selected. We don't want 2. So we're going to unclick that one. Alright, Wakandans. So again, he's got Okoye at 2 stars. That's awesome. So if he can farm Okoye, or if they got him from the random orb drops, that's cool. But Black Panther's node comes before Okoye's. It's Chapter 5 Nexus, Chapter 6 Nexus. I believe this might be Chapter 4 Nexus, Chapter 5 Nexus, something like that. But he comes first, so definitely be farming these 2 from the nodes, and Baku from Arena, and be building up your Web Warriors or your Spider-Verse characters, Sinister 6, ideally, farming your Sinister 6, so that way you can unlock Shuri as soon as possible, and keep your Killmonger. Right now, Shuri isn't that important to focus on, but once Killmonger gets closer to 5 stars, you'll want to make sure you have your Spider-Verse team to unlock Shuri. And you'll want to keep them in pace with these 2 and your M'Baku. And then just farm accordingly. I put out a farming video, 2023 farming guide, and it's broad strokes like this. You want to be farming the characters for the flash events, because like the Wakandan one gives you at tier 7, it's like 21 gold promo credits a month, and it takes 100 of those to get a 6 red star. It takes 150 to get a 7 red star of your choice. So it's the only way to really get those credits, as well as a bunch of silver promos, which is how you promote your characters between 1 and 5 stars. So it's huge. But the payday event with the mercenaries is giving you 5.4 million gold a month, and that's one of the biggest bottlenecks in the game. So you definitely want to be maxing out these flash events, as I explained in that beginner farming guide. But I would definitely, Commander K, definitely be farming in Baku, working on your Wakandans, and I believe he knows that. And then obviously, let me unclick this, your skill military for your training modules. Let's go ahead and check this out real quick. Military, oh, I passed right by skill. Boom, skill military. So again, the triple threat Killmonger is used in all 3 of these events or flash challenges. You get him from the raid store. He is worth focus farming, but only if he's falling behind. Like if he's lower stars than the rest of your Wakandans, or if he's lower stars than the rest of your mercenaries, you can focus farm him. You're getting both these from the raid store, but I farm Black Widow every day from Villains 1-9, Red Guardian from the arena store. Just making sure that Red Guardian and M'Baku alternating between them, making sure they're keeping up with their team. So because Punisher, I farm him daily and he's at 3 stars, you'd want to make sure to get your Red Guardian at 3 stars. And then once Punisher goes to 4, you go back to farming Red Guardian to 4. And when you're not farming Red Guardian, you want to be farming M'Baku. Yelena Belova, I believe she's Heroes 5-9 or 4-9. Node farmed. So that's definitely, I'd be farming these 2 and Black Widow. And that way you're progressing towards these challenges. Now I want to look at his roster overall and talk about his arena and his raid team. Because if he's going to continue with this account, those will both be very vital. Now he's got a good start into Infinity Watch. The only character he is missing is, oh god, the main one. the legendary. I can't think of his name right now. So we'll go here to Infinity Watch. Adam Warlock, and it eluded me. Moondragon, I believe, is Arena Store, so that's something potentially eventually. But for now, I wouldn't focus on Infinity Watch as a team. At least this early on. It's a team you could go for after you get your challenges maxed, and then you could start farming towards this. I do farm Nebula daily in my farming guide because I'm using her to unlock Star-Lord. So that's a personal choice for the Nowhere Heist, which is a flash event. Obviously, you don't have to farm Nebula, but you could. Gamora drops from the Blitz store, and this is Arena Store. I would not buy her from the Arena Store, even though she's really, really great. I would put them on a back burner and go after them later after you max your challenges. Your challenges and your flash events. I want to look over the roster here a little bit and see which characters really stand out. Shang-Chi would help you immensely in Arena. He punches up heavy and he hits hard. His scale's amazing. You've already got good abilities into him. And 2 stars all you need him at. Just as he gets more stars, he gets stronger, you know. And you'll get him from your Blitz orbs. Loki's a great one to have, as well as Silver Surfer. Loki actually speeds up all your Mystic or Cosmic, so he makes Icarus and Cersei go faster with that speed up. And if your opponent ain't using Loki, you're going to outspeed them. You're going to attack first and just nuke your enemies. So in a mirror match against a Cersei, Icarus and a Cersei, you definitely want to have your Loki with you. That's definitely an option. With your Silver Surfer as well, and Shang-Chi. Looking through this some more. You have a lot of great characters, and a lot of this has to be backburnered. Another great team for raids is your Web Warriors. And since you already have Scarlet Spider unlocked, and you can get him from the War Store, he's definitely one of the few characters I would say going after in the War Store early on. But you really need your Ghost Spider to make the team work. Early on, you can use 4 Web Warriors, these 3, and Spider Punk. Let me see up here real quick. Web Warriors. Alright, so it doesn't exactly show me how many he's got here. And he said that might be a problem on this review, whereas you can see how many shards they got of these. So if he's really close on Spider-Punk, it might be worth buying just to get him unlocked, like 3 or 4 times from the Arena Store, but he's expensive, so I don't know. I don't really want to recommend that to them for an Arena team. That would be the way to go, or a raid team, my bad. That would be the way to go, is to build these 5. And you don't have to have them at high stars. You just have to have them unlocked and G13, G14, and they're going to carry you through raids. They don't get hit, they move fast, they pump out damage. So I can use 6-5 with 4 of them without Ghost Spider, and I throw in Spider Weaver, and they do pretty alright up to a point. Obviously, if I invest a little bit more, they'd be even better. So that's one option for your raid team you'd want to focus on. I want to look at for your Eternals, and I don't know if you have them unlocked or not. That is the biggest catch-up mechanic in the game for anybody, is the Eternals. So you're going to get Cersei from your premium orbs that you open as you get them. 15 shards here and there, and you only need 3 drops, and you have her. Icarus, you need to be focused farming him, and Baron Zemo from your raid store. Absolutely. They're both crucial. I do Cloak as a second option. Like, you have your Infinity Watch, so maybe you want to use them as your first big team. So I picked Cloak and the new Warriors. So I'm going after Cloak, Deathpool, and Dagger from the Arena Store. So you absolutely could farm Phyla Lavelle from the Arena Store, as well as Moondragon. But with your Arena Shard, it's going to be almost impossible to get very many characters from the Arena Store, let alone farm for your challenges. And that's just really the bad part, Commander K, is your Arena Shard's hurting you terribly. It's going to cripple. It's going to take months to climb up. And if you can't get in that top 250 of the Arena, it's pretty much account crippling, in my opinion, for farming. It's going to slow you way down anyway. Obviously, you could pay through it, or you could, which I know you don't want to do. My honest opinion is you should probably restart your account, make a fresh account on a new email, and build it up. You know what I mean? And be farming Icarus from the raid store immediately, as well as Cersei when you get her randomly. Because this is going to carry you in Arena to top 250 no matter what. And if you put him with Loki and Baron Zemo, Zemo's going to go first. He's going to slow your opponents. Then your Loki's going to speed up your Cosmic or your Mystics, you know, and they're going to go first and just blow up your enemies. It's now, like I said, once you get these unlocked, it could jump you up a ways in your arena shard, but I don't know if it'll get you that far. Looking at your opponents, more than likely, they're going to be already having the Eternals and be able to, you know, destroy you because they have stronger Eternals, you know. So if you are to continue, I would definitely say Cosmo is a great character as well for your arena team and your raid team. The heals and the skills that he has are just insane. His abilities. Oops. Okay. No, I want to go to abilities here. This would definitely help you in arena as well as it gets stronger, but just clearing the negative effects from yourself, positive effects from the enemies. The big heal. The zoomies. So this is massive. Heal all allies, bury yourself in all allies. Clearing negative effects, clear all positive off enemies. This is just a great character. But it is on a 7-turn cooldown, so that's something to be aware of. And without nowhere allies, he's not getting much of a speed bump. But again, I think he might actually go with being Cosmic. Let me check here real quick. See if we can go back. I actually want to look at Loki. Pull up Loki. Abilities. So this is the big ability for Loki on his passive. On spawn, fill speed bar by 15%, speeding him up. Fill speed bar of Mystic Controller allies by 10%. So, Mystic Controllers. Let's go up here, and I want to see which ones it does exactly. So what I'm going to type in here is Mystic M. So as you can see, he's gonna help Cersei big time with the speed up, and then she's gonna hit with her ultimate and just erase their turn meter, making your characters go faster. And that's where the Loki comes in, as well as if you got Baron Zemo, he slows everybody else down, and I think he's the fastest character in the game. Pretty sure him or Black Widow is. So that's definitely where Loki can come of use. And I can see him helping with Cloak and Dagger, you know, for my team personally later on. You are farming towards Phoenix, like you said, and you have the characters going good or decent. That's really all the advice I can give you. Go after the Web Warriors for your raid team so you can get some more gear and stuff and try to build up. Get to Icarus and Cersei as fast as you can. Man, that's tough. With that arena the way it is, it's really going to hurt you. Okay, Commander K. But definitely like and subscribe, everybody, if you found this information at all useful. Help support the channel. I always put out random videos, and this was something new for me. I hope this was more helpful than a bring you down type of thing, Commander K, because you're a great Alliance member, and you can absolutely continue with your account if you want. It's just going to be a slow go in the arena store, and that's where some of the Flash event characters are, as well as your Ghost Spider, you know. So that's something to think about as well. Let me know what you decide, Commander K. Alright, everybody. Stay healthy. We'll catch you on the next one.